Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, May the 5th in the year 2020, also referred to as Cinco de Mayo. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's talk really quickly about the weather. You can see, obviously from this side of my windows over there, that it is definitely sunny today. A little bit of clouds here and there, but not a whole lot. And I think that it might be the first day that we actually hit this 60-degree mark. So if you get the opportunity to get outside today, just highly suggest the fresh air and the sunshine. Really good for you, body, mind, soul, spirit, all of the above. So see if you can get some time outside. So let's talk about our foreign language. I know that I had been working in Eastern Europe, and then yesterday we finally switched over to Asia, but due to our observance today, we're going to kind of pop back to a language that I used at the very beginning, and we're going to talk about Spanish. All right, so let's talk about Spanish. When you say hello in Spanish, you say hola. You see the H at the beginning of the word, but it's pretty silent. So you say hola, 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 amigos. That's hello, friends. So I know that we talked about Spanish, but we really talked about it more in the context of Europe and the country of Spain, where they also speak Spanish. But today we're going to talk about it in the context of the country of Mexico, the southern border to the United States, here on the continent of North America, because Cinco de Mayo is a purely Mexican holiday observance. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about their flag here. So again, a shift back to those vertical bands that we have seen in European countries. And Mexico takes its influence from that European style because for the longest time they were a territory or a colony of Spain. So that's where, a lot of their roots are. So you'll see the green stripe stands for hope, the white one stands for purity, and the red one stands for the bloodshed for independence, because they've had to fight several wars to keep their independence. The central emblem there in that white stripe is the Mexican coat of arms, and it's based on the Aztec symbol for Tenochtitlan, which was the capital of the Aztec Empire, which originated in what we now know as Mexico. Tenochtitlan is now Mexico City, which obviously is the capital of Mexico. It was the center of the Aztec Empire as well. So that's a little bit of history, and let's talk also about Cinco de Mayo, our observance for today. So Cinco de Mayo, Spanish-speaking countries. I wanted to tell you just really quickly how I tied in Spain and Mexico as Spanish-speaking countries, but I want you to look at this map because all the other countries labeled here throughout Central America, which is this place between North and South America, several of the countries in South America, and some of the Caribbean islands here, and then as well as the country of Spain. These are all Spanish-speaking countries. They all speak Spanish as their main language. They have a few little dialect changes and accent changes, just like we do in America. The accent in Texas is different than the accent in New York, is different than the accent in Alaska, but we all speak English. So same thing for these Spanish-speaking countries. Now we'll talk about Cinco de Mayo. So the country of Mexico originally won its independence from Spain in 1810. And then they still had some struggles afterwards. Usually when countries are very young in their independence, other empires will try to come in and take them over because maybe they're not as organized or as protected as they should be. And Napoleon, who was the Emperor of France in the 1860s, decided that he wanted to conquer Mexico. So he started the Franco-Mexican War. And on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo in 1862, the Mexican forces defeated the French at the Battle of Puebla to give Mexico a major win against France and to kind of renew their spirit to continue fighting. Now, that war would not end until 1867, so they still had about 5 more years to fight, but they did eventually win their keep their independence from France and kick them out. So they have a celebration every year. In Mexico, parades and food and music and old folkloric dancing and even battle reenactments of the Battle of Puebla. And just like with the Irish immigrants who came to America and kind of brought their St. Patrick's Day with them, and so Americans celebrate that now, the Mexican immigrants brought Cinco de Mayo. So even though it's a Mexican holiday, there are a lot of people in America who also take the opportunity to celebrate that holiday and that observance. So speaking of celebrating, that leads me to our word of the day, which is a Spanish word. And maybe you've heard the word fiesta before, maybe not, but it is Spanish for party. So obviously today on Cinco de Mayo, there are many fiestas held in Mexico and in the United States. So I want you to think of another reason someone would have a fiesta. And I want you to put that in your word of the day sentence in the comment box. And also in the comment box, I want you to see if you can figure out the answer to this tri-bond. Remember that these three words have something in common. They are all what? I want you to tell me. So here are your three words: blue, black, and straw. I want you to see if you can tell me what they have in common. Remember to post that into the comment box for your brain teaser answer. Be sure to post your word of the day sentence in the comment box as well. And I'll check in on your online program usage. And then let's get back to our Spanish and say goodbye for today. In Spanish, to say goodbye, we say adios. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful Cinco de Mayo. Maybe have some tacos since it's also Taco Tuesday. Anyway, enjoy your day. Work hard. Get that work done and turned in. Get outside and enjoy some fresh air. And I will see you guys tomorrow.